Welcome to English Express. No glamour, no clamor. Simple explanation for last moment revision. We are moving on to part 2 of the novel To Kill a Mockingbird, and we shall be discussing chapter 12. In chapter 12, we observe that Jem has already turned into a 12-year-old individual. Pre-adolescence hits Jem, and growing up is indeed becoming an enigma for him. There are times where his irritability goes up and he asks Scout not to pester him and act more like a girl. Scout becomes upset and keeps waiting for Dill to arrive, but soon she learns that Dill has a new father, perhaps or probably his mother, remarried, and therefore he will be staying with his family at Meriden during the summer. The state legislature calls into session, as it was discussed previously, that it was summer and Atticus Finch is forced to travel to the state capital every day for 2 weeks. This is the time when the children start to feel very lonely. Calpurnia takes the children under her care, and she decides to take the children to her colored church a particular Sunday. Maycomb's Black Church is an old building. It is referred to as the first purchase because it was bought by the first earnings of the freed slaves. When Calpurnia takes the kids to the church, she is criticized and questioned for bringing in white children into the black church, the black society. It is seen that the distinction and discrimination between the black and white is clearly evident, because while the white spites the black also do not have much respect for the whites. And definitely when they learn that these children are Atticus Finch's children, they show a lot of love and respect for them. The congregation seems friendly, and Reverend Sykes welcomes the children. Everyone knows Atticus and respects him over there. Church, as we realize, doesn't have much money, and therefore they cannot afford to buy hymnals. So they sing along by echoing the words of Zebo. Zebo is Calpurnia's eldest son and the town's garbage collector. During the service, Reverend Sykes takes up a collection for Helen. We are introduced to the character of Helen, who is none other than the wife of Tom Robinson. She is unable to find work after Tom Robinson has been accused of raping a white woman by Bob Ewell. The kids anyway don't think too highly of the Ewells, so therefore why would anyone believe Bob Ewell is a question that they seem to be asking. And it is at the most what we realize from the conversation where the children learn about the case that Atticus would be fighting. The church becomes symbolic. The church becomes symbolic of freedom, perseverance, and faith of the black people. And we also observe that during this scene, the sense or the feeling of friendliness, the comradeship, camaraderie is pretty much well developed, as the children are greeted and warmly and well treated by the members of the church. They might be lower in terms of class, but in terms of affection and love, they shower no less importance to the children of Atticus. We also learn that when the children go back home, they find Aunt Alexandria waiting for them. This seems to be provoking some unpleasant things ahead for Scout as we proceed with the further chapters. We also realize during the course of this chapter that Jem is trying to be more like Atticus. He's trying to be more sorted, contemplative, practical, and trying to reason out things, unlike being emotionally or impulsively guided. Chapter 12 is indeed the beginning to a new ideology, to the beginning to the practical side of the Macomb County, while chapters 1 to 11 focused mainly on the innocence and experiences gathered by two kids. Chapter 12 onwards, we probe into the serious impacts of the colonial discrimination, the impact of the whites on the blacks, and the black man's dilemma and the black man's need to prove his innocence becomes more of a concept which is to be dealt with the levels and layers of intricacies in the text. This was the end of chapter 12 for To Kill a Mockingbird. For more content like this, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.